Alright guys, it is theory time. Now, Ed Boon knew launch would be a disaster. That's my theory, and I'm just gonna have some fun talking to you guys about it. Now, my theory is Sonya will release with a major quality of life update. Now, let's say Ed Boon had insider knowledge, which he does because he works for NRS and communicate with WB and all of that good stuff, right? Let's say they came to him and said, hey, the budget is being cut. You're not going to have as much promo dollars. This is all you're getting. And Ed Boon goes, oh crap. That means we're going to have to limit how many characters we put on the roster, right? So let's say Ed Boon just kind of knew how things were going to play out for the next year in terms of finances. And he just go, well, crap, this game is going to be bare bones. So how about we take out Sonya, we take out Jax, we take out, you know, a lot of the most beloved people, and we save them until we get to a point where we can fully flesh out the game to kind of add life back into the game. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, Wave, come on now, Sonya doesn't pull that much weight to the point where she can make or break a game. Well, I hate to tell you, but she definitely does, because Sonya is a beloved main character by a lot of people. Look how well Sonya was loved in Mortal Kombat 11 when that game dropped. They did such a fantastic job with her. Now, a lot of other characters also, they did not have fleshed out movesets in Mortal Kombat 11. Some of those things were added just a little bit later with tweaks and tunes and stuff of that nature. So adding characters later down the line, such as Kano as a playable character, Sonya as a playable character, Jax as a playable character, of course you got Mavado, you got Frost, like you have a whole alternative roster to where they can just kind of rotate the entire roster, and then people can play with all of those characters as well, or they can go in the direction of making themselves one of the biggest rosters since Armageddon, which I think was the original plan, and it still may happen at some point later down the line. So let's say if Ed Boon really knew what was going on and he limited the characters, because remember at one point they asked Ed Boon, was there going to be a new character? And he just kind of looked at the sky for like 10 seconds before he answered, and he was like, yes, is what he said. Remember he said that? He was like, yes. But he seemed very unsure how to answer that question, because it's like, okay, well, I don't even know if we're going to release this new character with the way everything is going. So he had to kind of, you know, think on his feet, and you get what I'm saying, right? Because if you ask me a question and I know the answer, I'm gonna tell you the answer. But if it's the answer that could possibly jeopardize me later down the line, I'm going to make that clear and be very specific about what I'm saying at that point in time, you know? So my whole thing is that I look forward to seeing what Ed Boon is going to do with Sonya in the quality of life update. Now, quality of life update has not been confirmed. It's a theory. This is a theory video for those of you just tuning in. I want to make that very, very clear so that you don't get confused. So, also, before I continue on, if you're enjoying these videos, the way it look, you know, the video playing, the character in the corner, the news across the screen, the new and improved Wave Report, then can you please do me a favor by smashing that like button and hitting subscribe? It literally only takes you 1 second and it's absolutely free. I want you to know that I do pay attention to who liked the videos and who comments, because I am going to be giving away an Xbox and a PlayStation card. So you want to stay tuned for that, but let's get back to the actual video. So them putting out a major quality of life update can reboot and refresh Mortal Kombat 1 and erase its launch history. So let's say they put out, I'm gonna use story mode for example. Let's say we get a massive story mode expansion, right? And they add characters such as, like I said, Sonya, Jax, Frost, Kano, let's say Cabal, you got Striker, you got freaking Sector, you got Cyrex, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like damn near 9 characters already that can be playable instead of just being cameos, you know? So it's just so much going on to where it's like they really can turn this game around. So I think Ed Boon is basically just being patient and waiting for this disaster of a spending freeze to kind of blow over, so that way they can go full force with Mortal Kombat. Now look what happens when NRS takes their time. They took their time, and characters like Movado and characters like Ermac and of course Quan Chi, even though I don't like the way he played, they all came out very creative and very fluid. You know, it's like people actually worked on those characters. Same thing with Mortal Kombat 11. Like the characters that they released later in DLC, of course they had more time to be worked on, so the characters came out with cooler stuff. So I like to think that with a character like Sonya and Jax, you want to make sure that they remain your top tier characters, because if they would have put Sonya and Jax in the game and they were just bare bones, people would not like them at all, or they would be like, Sonya and Jax is completely trash, and they would say, well, Mortal Kombat 1 is trash, and just write the whole game off. So the fact that Sonya and characters like Jax is not in the game, it still has a lot of hope, because it's like we got entirely different rosters we can get. Like the same thing with Jackie, having her on the roster, or having Kung Jin and Takeda and Cassie Cage on the roster later down the line. It's just very, very exciting to where we can actually get a full roster, you know, or a revamp roster or refresh roster, to where we can click over to a second roster and just kind of pick different characters the same way we can pick the cameo characters, you know. So that's where I'm at with it. I think that is a fantastic idea for them to drop a quality of life update, but I definitely do think Ed Boon knew that launch would be a disaster, because there was little to no promotion for number one, and then number two, the game just came out way too fast. It was announced 1 month, and I think it came out 2 months later. Now granted, in the past they have done that before, where they announced one game and then it comes out I think like 4 to 6 months later or something, which is more understandable. But like 2 months later, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but that's just a little bit too early for my liking and everything, you know. So they're not running as many ads for Mortal Kombat 1 as they have for MK11. So it definitely feels like MK11 had the bigger budget, you know, to do things compared to MK1. Because I honestly think they would have kept Shang Tsung, you know, Kerry Tagawa around, should they have more money to do so, because his Shang Tsung was definitely a fantastic, you know, a very fantastic character. He was well done. So I wouldn't have mind seeing Kerry again if you're going to give us Shang Tsung 2 times in a row. You know, I would have rather have seen Kerry, so we can look at it as like a continuance from Mortal Kombat 11. But when you give us a whole brand new Shang Tsung that just looks completely different, it makes no sense unless they would have introduced Kerry and had Kerry, you know, and the new Shang Tsung kind of team up. That would have been pretty dope or whatever. So again, I just want to let you guys know that the Mortal Kombat videos are back. All videos have finally been recorded in advance, so you can go on my page right now, go to the TheWaveReport on YouTube. You're going to click videos and you're going to click notify me, because tomorrow's video is already up and ready for you to be clicked on, and it's going to drop at 9 p.m. every single day. You'll get a new video, and then we're going to start bringing in them 8 a.m. videos. That's going to come just a little bit later down the line also, as we begin to beef up the content on this channel and kind of get back to where we was, putting out high volumes of content basically. But again, Sonya will release with a major quality of life update. That is my theory / prediction. I would love to hear your theory / prediction, so I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. Do you think Sonya Blade will save Mortal Kombat, or be a part of the quality of life package that will save Mortal Kombat, to the point where when you load the game up, you got an entirely different roster, or you have an expanded or deeper in-depth roster, and they add new mechanics to the game that can kind of balance out the fighting and stuff to make it just a little bit more fair for everyone else? That's what I want to know, guys. So definitely hop in the comment section and sound off and let me know what you think, because I will be reading the comments. And remember, if you are a member or subscriber of any of the perks that I have, be sure to stay tuned, because you're going to be getting a lot of this content early, and I don't want you to miss out on any of those things. So with that being said, guys, I truly appreciate you watching. Check out this new outro and be sure to click on the previous video or one that's recommended to you by YouTube. Thanks for watching. You're awesome. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. sharp. Don't be late.
He pump out his chest trying to prove he elite. My punchlines will knock out that little boy's teeth. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Bought you a stepper, but I got you looking real sweet. I'm really like that, I got nothing to prove. My legacy legend could never be bros. That track blowing up in the metro was bull. And me, I'm the top of the room. We know you can't fit in my shows. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm breaking the rules. I should've left you in Compton, you probably be waiting on tables. It's more hits in the archives than your team has on my hard drive. Did a